Tabitha Brown brightens days like no one else. Now, the actress, vegan, and social media phenomenon is partnering with Target to give all your gatherings that perfect summer glow. It's all about bringing loved ones together around all the best things: delicious food, fun games, good music, and that bright, happy sunshine. This collection has you set for a summer full of joy. Check out the Tabitha Brown for Target Outdoors Entertaining Collection on May 14th in Target locations and on Target.com.
In 2020, CityLab of Pittsburgh released a study that ranked Cleveland as the worst city in America for Black women to live. A new podcast called Living for We is trying to figure out why and how we can change that. The podcast interviews Cleveland residents about their experiences at work, at school, during visits to the doctor's office, and while in community with each other in an attempt to answer the question, is Cleveland really as bad as they say it is for Black women? Executive produced and hosted by Marlene Harris Taylor, produced by NPR's Idea Stream Public Media in partnership with Evergreen Podcasts, and with creative direction and production by Hey Friend Hey. The podcast covers topics like education, healthcare, and workplace challenges for Black women, speaking with guests ranging from ages 7 to 94. Episodes regularly include segments with Dr. Angela Neal Barnett, a national award-winning psychologist and professor, about the unfair expectations society places on Black women, asking her for her advice on how to cope and, furthermore, how to challenge these ideas. Check out Living for We wherever you get your podcasts. Early in the morning, I put breakfast at your table and make sure that your coffee has its sugar and cream. Your eggs are over easy, your toast done lightly. And all that's missing is that morning kiss that used to greet me. Now you say the juice is sour. It used to be so sweet. And I can't help but to wonder if you're talking about me. We don't talk the way we used to talk. It's hurting so deep. I've got my pride, I will not cry, but it's making me weak.
I'm not your super nigga.
Boom, 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 boom.
I'm not the kind of nigga that you can let down and everything'll be okay. Nigga, I'm only human. This nigga needs more than occasional hug as a token of love from you and me.
Ooh, nigga. Oh, yeah. Whoa, ha, whoa, ha, whoa, ha, whoa, ha, whoa, ha, whoa, ha, ha, whoa, ha, whoa, ha, whoa, ha, whoa, ha, whoa, ha, whoa, ha. Whoa, ha, whoa, ha, ha, whoa, ha. Whoa, ha, whoa, ha, ha, ha.
Whoa, ha, ha, ha. Whoa, ha, 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 ha. Whoa, ha, 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 ha. Whoa, ha, whoa, ha, 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 ha.
Whoa, ha.
Whoa, ha, whoa, ha, ha, ha. Whoa, ha, ha, ha. Whoa, ha, ha, ha. Yeah.
Yeah. Good job.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the blackest show about nothing. It's Jade and XD.
Fitting this week since everybody was in Paris.
Yes, everybody was in Paris having a wang dang doodle at Club Renaissance. And you know, I'm not the type to have FOMO, but I was a little peanut butter and jealous because not just all the homies were there, and then all like just gays I follow on social media were there, and just even after the concert, they were eating croissant and all the like. And I'm just like, I'm a little jelly.
And that was really the jealousy for me was that part right there specifically was like, so everybody's going to eat croissants and I don't get to eat croissants. Like,
I would like to have a lot of like cheese, bread, and butter and rude people. Like I want that experience.
And apparently, you know, everybody had a great time. Didn't have rude people. Like as long as you now, Kia did tell me that Toya was in the streets. Shout out to Toya, the analog girl, in the streets. She was attempting to speak French, but remember, Toya does not know how to speak English, and so Toya, she was like, "How you Asakai bowl?" She said, "How you say hello, my friends?" And they say, "You say bonjour, mon ami," and she said, "Bonjour, Miami." I was like, "You'll be an ignorant bitch from the Bronx for the rest of your life, ain't you?" Ain't you? We go back and forth all the time. She'd be like, "Toya's so stupid." She'd be like, "Jade is so dumb." But that nigga makes me laugh. Was all up in Paris talking about bonjour, Miami. I hate her so much.
That is funny. Oh my gosh.
But no, I'm happy. Everybody got to see Blue and eat, you know, rotisserie chicken and sauces and croissants and baguettes and you know what I'm saying? I really am sincerely happy for you all. I am. Yeah. Next time though, I'm gonna need in so that I can.
Yeah, I want to go. Like I want to be a part. Like let the doll know. I don't even have to go. I mean, I would have wanted to go to the concert, but you know, if I couldn't get tickets, I could just meet y'all afterward at a cafe.
Because you can go sit at restaurants for hours over there. Mm-hmm, so like, you and I go eat and drink and gallivant.
Like y'all gonna have a good time. We'll be right here.
I'm going to the show in Vegas, so I'm like, ain't no problem. I'll just come over there and eat.
Oh, you're going to the show in Vegas?
Yeah, I'm going to the one in Vegas.
I might meet y'all there.
What?
It's only like a 4-hour drive, if that, or 40
it's like going to DC.
Flight. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like it's less than an hour flight.
Come on, we going to Vegas, nigga. We going to see Beyonce in Vegas with the girlfriends.
Yeah, and like the rooms and like even the luxury spots are like mad cheap. Okay,
I would look those rooms up because Beyonce will be in town, and make sure you know what I'm saying. Get a.
But it's Vegas. There's always somebody. Vegas is. I mean, Usher's been there for, like there's always somebody. I don't know.
Yeah, I want to go to. So I had tickets to the Usher show, for Shari's Bachelorette, but that was also, I think, the very top of August, 2021. And I just could not see my Virgo self in Vegas in August of 2021. We did go on our family vacation, but you know how you remember how we tried to do.
That's different.
We were driving and like doing outdoorsy shit. But I was like, Vegas. I was like, I didn't want to go to Vegas, not in a pandemic. So like now I'm really stressed. But I told her, it's like, I love you, friend. I can't, I just physically cannot. So I missed the Usher residency, but hopefully I'll see it before it's gone. We'll see.
Yeah.
If not, I've seen Usher many times actually.
Have I seen Usher? I don't think so.
I saw him for the Truth Tour with Kanye, and that's when he did Confessions and Kanye did College Dropout. And then I saw him for the 8701 tour, and I saw Usher a lot more, and I wasn't even like a giant Usher fan. My sister wanted to go most of the time. And then he puts on a good show, and then I saw him when I worked at Sony. They did like this private thing for the employees, and that nigga put on a Cirque du Soleil Usher type show. I remember he was running. Really? He was running. They built this set with this treadmill, but like made it look like he was running through this thing, and he was running and singing Climax. I mean, and running, nigga, and singing. What? Yes, it was crazy. Talent. Yeah, he was there flying upside down and in water and all kinds of shit. Usher puts on a show. I can't take that away from that young man.
I'd imagine so. I mean, I saw a concert on HBO once of his, and I was like, whenever I get the opportunity, I would like to go.
Yes. Now you know what we are going to see. The Little Mermaid.
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask if you have gone to down to the movie theaters to see it.
Oh yes. We are going. Well, by the time this comes out, we went yesterday.
You broke the rules. You went to the above world.
A man was drowning. I had to save him.
This obsession with humans has to stop.
But yeah, we're going this week to go see it with Crystal Jean. She playing like a whole. When I tell you, she takes her auntie duties serious and Lee. Yeah. Okay, she called me like a month and a half ago and was like, okay, so I'm gonna buy the tickets and I bought 2 black Ariel dolls and one for Noah, and she gets to bring one friend, and we're all gonna go and see The Little Mermaid and eat food at the theater, and they get to have their dolls and whatever. And I was like, glad you thought ahead of time, cause Noah might have been watching. We might have been watching Mermaid.
Out, let's go
on whatever streaming service. No, that was one I said I haven't been to the theater since COVID, and I said we going to see Mermaid, and we going to see Color Purple now.
Oh yes. I do plan on going to see Little Mermaid. I have to wait until. This is the problem with living in LA. Everybody's a fucking influencer and actor and shit, so I can't get regular daytime tickets because why are you?
Niggas don't work.
The early I looked this week to go. Do you know the only opening I could go? What time?
9 a.m.
I wish it was 9 o'clock. It was 8:30.
Please, they don't even have movies at that time.
Why are you watching? In general, why are you watching any movie
you
that
know what?
early?
I'm not gonna hold you though.
No.
Serve me breakfast, nigga, and let me watch a movie and be done at this bitch at 10:30. That's amazing.
That would be different if it was at the Alamo. It wasn't. It was at the AMC.
No. You can't be trying to feed me jujubes and
popcorn.
I bet that's the freshest the popcorn's ever been, though. And the hot dogs.
Absolutely. Freshka. But no. Or from the night before.
I hope not.
Listen, this is why I don't go to that's why I don't like going to restaurants when they first open. Like in the first, because of 2 reasons. One, I would be annoyed as an employee, nigga, why are you so thirsty? It's just it's just 5 napkin burger, girl. Motherfucker, relax.
Because nigga, I wanted a burger at 7:30 this morning. Yeah. But y'all didn't open till 11, so here I am at 10:58. What's the problem?
But there's 2. I'm also I need to make sure there's other people has gotten in there and making sure they've gotten everything.
No, so you have this all wrong. They have to prep.
I know. It doesn't make sense, but it makes sense to me.
No. Now, if you go to Sketch Burger, yeah, they might have made the burgers the night before and popped the bitches in the fridge. But if you go somewhere reputable, nigga, no, when you first get this, the freshest niggas is on their toes. You know what I'm saying? It's where you don't want to catch them is the end of the night.
Oh, I don't do that.
Yeah,
no, I don't do that.
Are you fucking serious? What is that, the biggest vacuum ever? Christ. They're never going to finish this construction.
No. I've been trying. It's what are they doing? It's been
when
construction
I tell you, they ain't doing shit. They're they're starting at this. I told you they had this construction site across the street that has not had no activity. They have had 2 days of activity in a matter of 6 years. I am not bullshitting you because somebody spray painted over the parking signs said you're not about to hold us hostage anymore. But they don't be doing nothing out there. It don't be nothing new.
They probably ran out of money.
Good. I hope your permits got like whatever, nigga. Like, and if it starts back again, I'm trying to figure out how to sabotage. I am.
There's still birdseed all over the construction site.
Oh, or like those microgreens seeds.
Yeah, or like grind it up with like Mylanta or something.
I gotta figure out a way to sabotage.
That way, it would shit on everything.
One day I'm gonna come through. I'm gonna do something big body and come through with a fucking cement truck, and I'm going to.
Come on, Dad.
Yeah, I'm pouring all over everything, pancake batter, and and you all have to try to figure out how to break through this concrete. You know what I'm saying, with your bulldozers.
That's super petty.
If I was a millionaire, I think that might be my first big purchase.
To get like a big truck of like cement or like a cement truck and fill it with like pancake batter. And just like yeah, nigga,
ooh, or like this. turtle brownie batter. Can you imagine all that caramel and nuts?
No. And New York City, every rat in the tri-state area would just feast.
I think I will go do that up on the Upper East Side. Yeah. You know how like they plow their snow, like the trucks drive through, they pick their trash up on time. Yeah. I'm getting ready to cause havoc up in wealthy neighborhoods.
Mm-hmm. Up and down the West Side. This
brownie batter.
Brownie batter on door.
Nothing that can hurt the earth, but everything that can hurt you. Or a trunk full of jam.
That's so petty. Because it's like, where did you find all this jam?
What's happening here? What the hell?
What is happening?
Bro, go.
Now there's a plane chopper flying.
What is that going?
That's been happening a lot lately. They have been looking for somebody.
Oh, Franklin Saint. You know, Tristan refused to watch the finale. Just wouldn't. He wouldn't. He would not watch it.
He didn't want it to end. I feel him.
No, not because he didn't want it to end. Because he went into nigga mode. He was like, "Why they got to make him end like that? Why it's got to?" I said, "Because the realistic story is this nigga's not gonna end up on top in a high rise. Like what? No, all that havoc he caused. You see all that havoc he caused for other black people. He ended up just like his daddy, drunk."
Oh my goodness!
It's like talking to somebody else too.
Yeah, let's pay some bills and get off. Thank you for listening each and every week. We totes appreciate. Tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a auntie, tell a post it on your LinkedIn, because that is just like Tinder.
Yeah.
But people need to know about us, so let them know. Also sign up for our Patreon, $9.99 a month. We give you content out the motherfucking zoo.
Yes.
I calculated one day, it was like, oh, this is like 6 hours of content.
Yep.
In the week. And again, I know a lot of people were like, oh, we don't watch those shows. But if you watch the recaps, you know that we don't even really watch
plenty
the shows
of people
either.
Who don't watch the shows.
Yeah. More fun and commentary for all. Subscribe to our YouTube. If everybody who listens to this right now goes on our YouTube and subscribe, that would help us out tremendously, because it's free.
Free 99.
It would help us out tremendously. We have really cool stuff on there and more to come. Make sure you rate us 5 stars and like us. Leave a little comment wherever you are. No hateration in this dancery. Leave that up to us.
Right. That's our job.
And make sure you check the description box wherever you're listening. Support the show with our sponsors. All the links and codes or stuff in the description box. Great to have all the cool sponsors we have. So let's take a break and get on with today's show.
Yes. Hit it, Claude.
Claude.
After these messages, we'll be right back. We
can't really say what will be the next stage. The most probable thing is that the next stage of history will involve fundamental changes in humanity itself. For thousands of years of history, we had social and political and technological revolutions, but humanity itself stayed the same. We still have the same bodies, the same brains, the same minds as hunter-gatherers 20 or 30,000 years ago. It's very likely that the next stage will involve changes and manipulations on the most fundamental feature of Homo sapiens, on the body, the brain, and the mind. And it could be used also to make people believe all in the same story or in different stories, I don't know. But it's certainly a possibility.
I didn't even ask. How was your week?
Fine. What did I do this week? It was Memorial Day, which really didn't mean anything. We'll get to that a little bit. Yeah, I went and supported some homies at Brooklyn Night Market. Shout out to Angie of Ariane's Jewelry and Crystal Irie, which is some soaps and rose oils and things that I buy from Carolina, and they're just like, very good products. Went to that. What else did I do this week? It was a lot of, we did the Heinz Rap Party. So if you've not listened to all 6 episodes, plus a couple bonus untucks of the Black Kitchen series, make sure you go check it out. It's a good binge. It's a good listen. Not just saying that because I hosted it. Rate us 5 stars. It will help us out tremendously. Working on some Jade of All Jades dinner parties. So that's coming here soon. It's been a lot of work and like trying to get things in order. And family things and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Mom shit. I have to make beans for Noah's school dance. Yeah. They were like, can you make beans and rice? I was like, sure, random, but no problem. Y'all don't want pizza?
That's real. That's how you know she go to a woke school.
Exactly. Like, they're like, can we have beans and rice?
Right. Can we have baba ganoush, Mom? What? No.
What? I hate eggplant. What you mean?
That's so random. Like these kids got taste.
They do. I mean, the fact that they are going to have good seasoned rice and beans, good.
Yeah, good.
But it's just been a lot. Noah. Noah. I'm recording.
Yeah.
I'm recording. What are you singing? It sounded like Beyonce, maybe. What song?
I thought it was an original.
Oh, you're singing Church Girl. You gonna love on you? Who's judging you? Yeah, you were born free. Can you please take your thotty on? She just walks around making noises. It'd be so like, it's so fucking funny. And she really be doing that in her room. It's like a little old lady.
I love it.
It's so funny.
I stand.
Yeah, it's been a lot of that this week. Nothing exciting. I'm sorry. I don't have exciting things this week.
Same. Me either. I worked and I slept and I smoked and I watched Selling Sunset and Next is young, famous, and African, and
I've been watching a lot of Drag Race, like not old
when
Drag
it
Race.
mattered and meant something.
Well, you know what I realized? Yeah. Oh my God. So Evie, have you seen Evie been going off on Twitter? You seen?
Yeah, I did, and I have thoughts.
Okay, what are they?
I don't know how long. I know everybody complains about production and how whatever, but I also know that, like, if you didn't have a good experience the first time, why would you go on it again? That's how I feel about reality TV. Like, why would you do it again? And also, it takes a while for them to send you money.
Yes,
Like-
but a year,
like,
nigga, that's egregious,
I-
nigga. That's egregious.
Yeah,
I agree with you in the
mean,
sense where, like, you sign up for some shit that you know you signing up for. Like,
what I will say is, I do think shows like Drag Race or just any like reality shows, they need to do better job. If they give you a psyche veil going in,
oh,
they need
do
to
they?
have some sort of shit. Yeah, because they don't want you to kill the cast or nothing. But
Fair.
they need to do something after too, because of the fact that, like, you're put in this like gauntlet type of position for X amount of weeks or whatever.
Right.
And you're bearing yourselves all in these grueling days of, I can see how it takes, a toll on your mental health.
And also, like, you put effort, you spend money, things are not judged fairly,
Yeah.
like we talked about in this past episode, or the past one we did with Kit. And I agree with you, like, you know what you sign up for. I also think that there was validity to what she was saying as far as
Absolutely.
things being watered down and, like,
Summer.
but that is my thing. That's what I was saying about when Kit was saying that Heidi was thinking about leaving. It was like, listen, I get the frustration, but also if you know this is how this system works and you are using this system for a specific thing for yourself, right? I want to put my artistry out there. I might need to get a check. I want to show niggas that I leveled up. Then try to put those feelings to the side for a second, because you're getting yourself even more frustrated. Now, as far as benefiting off of cultures, that is a conversation that we all, as Black people, know. Like, of course they're benefiting off of queer culture. And of course they're getting rich off of queer culture. And of course they're using queer culture, such as being more open to trans contestants and so forth and so on. Whereas they were problematic initially. And it's multi-layered.
Here's my thing. I think when it comes to Drag Race, this specifically Drag Race, I think the queens get on there thinking it's a pageant, because that's what they have it in their head, and nobody ever thinks that it's a TV show.
It's a reality show.
And so, right. And so people are trying to, they drag RuPaul and things and production. I'm like, yes, but you can't expect the same level of what you've been doing on a drag stage like Miss or Miss Continental or whatever, compared to television. You know what I mean? Like Emmy Award winning television. I think I do think there needs to be some care, and I do think that producers can be evil. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Oh no, they are. No, very much so.
But I also think when people talk about, like, well, you don't get to see the whole story, and I'm like, well, yeah, I know that.
Because they gotta squeeze this shit into an hour, but I'm not defending production. Where I really feel it's fucked up is the compensation. I do think that it's fucked up across the board. Capitalism is fucked up across the board, where these higher ups are walking away with private jets and cars and planes and trains and shit like that, and people are being paid pennies to do an amount of work, as well as spending money and so forth and so on. And then the fans are whack, like the ones who like to comment back and be like, well, why'd you spend that much money then? Bitch, because you have to, or your raggedy ass is going to talk about them. My raggedy ass is going to talk about them if they didn't spend that much money.
And this is why I don't believe in that damn
I know, no, that thing
game.
is after sitting with it for some time, I was like, this is awful, actually. This is
the worst idea
RuPaul
ever.
is like they love tormenting them even further than, and I don't think I understand also the frustration with like Drag Race being a watered down version of what drag is, which drag is not ballroom, but you know, I get all of that, right? I get that. I think that we know that though, right? And the people who don't know that I think they have a responsibility, such as somebody who immerses themselves in Black culture or immerses themselves in queer culture or whatever kind of culture. You need to do your own research and really look up the origins of where this comes from so you can pay respect. But a lot of things get watered down and bastardized in this particular society. You know what I mean? And shallowized and all of that. Like, that's what happens. And we just kind of have to, we can get frustrated about it, but we know what it is also.
Right. No, yeah, I get it. Like, we always say Tyra was the villain on America's Next Top Model, but you know, you can't have a villain on that type of show without the producers, and all those producers are on Drag Race Fenton, you know?
Right.
Like, so it's kind of like they're just bringing over this RuPaul, not necessarily the villain all the way. It could be them other producers too, and like I said, it's pay people their money, because I don't like having to wait for my money, and neither should they. If they played fair in competition, they should get it. And I also think that people need to get a grip when it comes to television.
When it comes to television, because it's television, you know what it is.
Yeah, I think there's so many stories, even before you get on, like you can't live under a bubble or live under a rock, to not understand the perils of television. There's so many documentaries and news things or whatever that are all out here, YouTube videos that tell you about, you know, fame and what production companies can do and yada, 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 you know.
But these former cast members say behind the scenes, Love is Blind is more like love is toxic.
I would say the whole experience is hell on earth. It was horrible.
Danielle Rule says she thought she had found true love.
TikTok. Watch how production mistreated me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's so many things out there, and then when you think that you're the exception, it's not going to happen to you, and it does.
Yeah,
it's, like,
it's unfortunate. It's not. It don't make it right.
Of it. Yeah, it doesn't make it right at all. It's just, well, girl, the job was dangerous, and you still took it.
You put your head in a lion's mouth. I mean, and that's what it be. You know what I'm saying? When you lose a certain level of control over your own narrative and so forth and so on, but you know that that's the case. Like I said, it don't make it right, but you know what it is. You put your head in there. You put your head in a lion's mouth.
Yeah.
But I do stand behind.
I'm all for the
core and the foundation of everything that she said. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yes, pay the people more. You know, yes, it's fucked up, but also it is television. They're not getting ready to produce that down. They're not going to do less production. Like, that's not what won them awards and is getting them rich.
Right. Because I'm like, if everybody... It's like when people say, you know, like, oh my gosh, you know, we should have a show. We say so many awful like things. Like, you know, like when you hear older people be like, no, you don't need a show.
You do not need a reality show, girl.
No, you don't. That's not a thing you need. And this is the same thing that applies here. Like, you don't need
I love that drag has also been And queer culture in general, right? Like, even with all of the backslides and the awful people in this world, I do love that there's more of a openness, right? Like, with kids, do I think kids belong in every space? No, I think everybody deserves to have safe spaces. But with kids and families and like it just being a more known and accepted form of entertainment, but also like respect of the culture. I love that aspect of it. But when you do that, it does come with it comes with complications as well. Like white girls wearing cornrows. You know what I'm saying?
Chet Hanks.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Gigi Good box braiding. Like it comes with
Well, see, that's the skill. That's something that's something,
yeah.
in
That's
the zombie
you know what,
apocalypse,
maybe
we gonna
not
need
Gigi
somebody to
Good, but
braid.
like Marianne box braiding is really like
Yeah. Kaylee with the EIGH.
exactly. I don't she don't need to be box braiding. She don't need to
Not
be.
at all.
You can go learn how to go fishtail your homegirls hair or whatever the fuck y'all be doing.
The only cornrow, they had the, all the cheerleader girls.
Boxer braids.
They had the cornrow here, and then, or the flat was here.
They call it what they call that thing? A French braid. They call it a French braid or boxer braids when they have the two. If it's the one big cornrow down the middle, that's a French braid. No, bitch, that's a big ass cornrow.
I have a question, and I don't know if you work in, or you've worked in hospitality and food and stuff, and you're also married, so I don't know. It all melts together. Walk with me.
Okay.
What's with like, like if you ever look at like bridal magazines and like the hairstyles that they choose, it's always some like weird, fucked up, like I just got like trampled by 4 donkeys and like an elephant in the woods.
You talking about
it's like, but marriage. Like it could be like a bouffant or something. It'll look like cotton candy, and then they'll have like a stick in it, or like moss.
It's bridal hair.
You know what I mean? Like, and it's just like, runway, and it's just like, but then like, and I thought this was just editorial. No. So then I decided to go look on like YouTube one day and like look up like white women weddings and stuff, because white women they're more into the wedding than the actual marriage. And I mean, kind of mood. But
yes.
But they all have these weird, wispy, whimsical, I got fucked in the fucking forest hairdo. And I'm like, what is that? What is that? Like, just when it comes to bridal stuff, you're supposed to be just like, fucked. I don't know.
I don't know. It's bridal hair. I don't know. Let's look up the origins of. Let me look.
You know what we need to watch? You and I need to watch 4 Weddings Together. It is the shadiest show ever. Have you ever watched it?
No.
While most brides want their wedding to be a cut above,
I think that was really funny.
some simply hope to make it down the aisle.
They stop to talk to people. They're like, we're famous, hey, what's up?
So what if 4 brides attend each other's weddings to decide which one is best?
Origins.
Oh my god! It is the shadiest show ever. Check the premise. It is 4 women or 4 feminine presenting people. And they're all competing for a honeymoon, but each of them gets to go to each other's weddings, and they get to judge it.
That's terrible.
And whoever has the highest score gets to go on a dream vacation.
So whoever's the biggest bitch?
Well, no, because you could be like, because some people are going to be petty because they want the vacation or the honeymoon, or some people are just going to be bitchy and because they think their wedding is better. It is a horrible and amazing show. It's on the on the Discovery Plus.
All right, let's watch it.
Wedding. Yes, I think it's It's a wonderful addition. It is the ultimate hater show.
No, that sounds like that sounds like right up our alley. I'm actually down for that. Okay. Ancient Rome. All right. The evolution of bridal hairstyles. Ancient Rome, the tutulus, brides of the Roman Empire around 27 BC through 476 AD, wore a unique hairstyle called tutulus. Oh, that was Jesus' time, right? Where the hair was divided into 6 pieces and fastened on top of the head with a bent iron spear. This was meant to drive out evil spirits. The bride also wore a wreath of flowers. Okay, let's look at the
That don't explain why it looked like a trampled beehive.
Okay,
like, you know what I mean? Like, how it always looks like it has some, like, weird, like, Tim Burton type of feel to it.
Okay, so in the early 1900s, we know what was happening then. In the 1910s, hair was pinned high on the head and made deliberately voluminous. Hair pieces or fake braids began to be incorporated in a Marcel iron, similar to a modern-day curling iron. Oh yeah, we still use Marcels. Black people use Marcels. Was sometimes used to wave the hair.
So
okay.
a hot comb to wave the synthetic,
like a flat iron. Okay. Influences. Paris, being the fashion capital of the world and home to the emerging haute couture trend, was a key inspiration for hairstyle trends in this decade. The Gibson girl look, where the long hair was pulled up and piled on top of the head, was the leading force behind this daring style of hair. So French people said some shit was hot and everybody fell in line. Also, you know what was happening during this time? Slavery.
Well, not 1900s, but sharecropping. But yeah,
sharecropping. But you know what I think happened was because black people were still working for them, which meant we was doing the hair too. So probably what happened was like they were like, "Oh, this is what's so in right now," and then Hattie Mae and them would be like, "Okay, bet," and then would like throw a couple braids through, and they're like, "I love it." So
I love it.
That's my theory.
It's that's very dark in history.
Thank you. I aspire. Yeah.
This show did not go as planned.
Not at all.
Let's take a break and we'll be back in a moment. Hit it, Claude.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Tabitha Brown brightens days like no one else. Now, the actress, vegan, and social media phenomenon is partnering with Target to bring the world more vibrance, candor, and joy. Arriving for the season of laid-back lounging, backyard barbecues, and poolside hands, this limited-time collection is here to give all your gatherings that perfect summer glow. The Tabitha Brown for Target Outdoors Entertaining Collection drops at Target and Target.com on May 14th. This collection is designed to celebrate Tab's favorite season, summer. It's all about bringing loved ones together around all the best things: delicious food, fun games, good music, and that bright, happy sunshine. From the comfiest outdoor furniture you've ever lounged on, to your new favorite pool floaty, to games, to glassware, and more, this collection has you set for a summer full of joy. Check out Tabitha Brown for Target Outdoors Entertaining Collection on May 14th in Target locations and on Target.com. Welcome back to Jade and XT, the Blackest Show about nothing, where today we are talking about absolutely nothing.
Yeah, wedding hair. Not this being good housekeeping. Okay, so the 1920s.
It's officially Pride Month now.
Oh, yes, it is Pride Month. Yeah, fuck this shit. Keep going.
He gay month because, you gay and stuff.
Okay, thank you.
He gonna go gay balloon because it's got all the colors because it's gay.
Okay.
And I got Skittles because it got a rainbow on it.
Okay.
And I got the cupcake. It's a be who you are for your pride.
Yes, it's officially Pride Month now. And I know in the past we've done a playlist and stuff, and I think we did ABCs of Pride.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think we've ever did a do's and don'ts of Pride.
Oh, but I think
and
that
the reason
is
why
fair.
I bring this up, because This is the second week in a row I'm about to bring up some shit I saw on the internet, on Twitter. But it's relevant to the conversation.
Okay.
So, DC Pride was this past weekend. And DC Pride is typically for the black gays. Mind you, and when I'm talking about pride, I will definitely differentiate between white pride and black pride. And when I just say pride, I mean black pride. And I mean white pride, I will say white pride. That's just to clarify.
Okay.
So DC is important to the story. So DC Pride was this past weekend. All the black gays doing amazing things.
Yes.
They all J-setting back at the club now like they did in the good old days.
What?
We back. We outside for real. I am not because
I know you're not.
am, have low-key agoraphobia. But that's not here.
But you diagnosed yourself.
Baby. No, I went outside yesterday.
I was like, you go outside.
Yeah, I go outside. I just go outside after a certain hour because ain't nothing out there that's good that happens after a certain hour. You know what I mean?
Hello, I have agoraphobia too. Then if that's the case,
yeah, whatever the fuck I said. But there was apparently this guy, he's done this in the past. People have sent him videos of what people are wearing or doing at Pride, just them minding their business and then filming them and sending him the videos to compile to be like, let's check out the worst fashion.
Oh, no. First of all, you don't have nobody's consent for that.
No. And I'm like, what do you get out of that? What is the, being a mean girl and stuff?
Have I been a mean girl before?
You know what I mean?
Yes. I get, I see a nigga on a train with holy draws. Yeah. But at this point now, I'm like, you know what? Do whatever you need to do. Will I film a white woman who's staring me in my face? I will. Because at that point,
that's
different.
More protection and stuff like that. But it's black gays really struggle with anxiety and being in proximity and spaces with other people who are like-minded individuals. And so when you do shit like that, it tears away from the community part.
Yeah,
right?
taking pictures of people to be for the sake of making hot button conversation and being nasty and tearing them down is not right, especially when you're doing it without their consent. You know what I'm saying? You go up to a nigga and say, I want to put you on the DC Pride Tudor boot list. Are you okay with that? Let a nigga tell you yeah, I can handle that. If a bunch of niggas tell me my outfit is ugly, I don't care. But you can't just have somebody out there.
Option.
Yeah, you don't get to go out there and just take stranger ass pictures of niggas and then put it on the internet and be like, vote. What? No.
Yeah.
The fuck is wrong with y'all?
Also, you don't know what people got going on. They don't even want to be on the internet. You
yeah.
know what I mean? That's why I hate going out and I'm so glad that our friend group doesn't do this. If anything, we stay further away from the camera than anything else. Yeah, but people who just, as soon as you go out, it's camera, selfie, film, we're here, blah, blah.
Every once in a while, if Crystal Jean wants to go on a live, I'm like, okay, we cutting up. She want to go on a live. I don't care.
How often?
But that is not even a third of the times that we're hanging out. You know what I mean? And it's not picture, yes, food, yes, I was at dinner with Kia yesterday. I realized I was like, we didn't take one picture together. If something was to happen to me, God forbid, my friends would have very minimal photography with me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm enjoying the moment of being with them. And also I like to people watch, but I don't want to sit here and be like, this outfit is ugly. Let me tear down this person for all of these different things. That's not what you people watch for.
No. And if you're gonna be shady, keep it to yourself. You ain't gotta post on the internet. I wouldn't have known I had to comment on this if you would have been shady and posted shit on the internet.
Did it turn back on this person? Did people tell them they was being ugly?
Oh yeah. They dragged them until the cows came home.
Good.
and all of that. And I'm sure by now, I haven't checked in. I'm sure they found out where they worked now because, gays are, will show up in a dream. We're evil.
I think that's
so
internet.
I can't, I just, who knows where they'll be by the time we end this recording or by the time this comes out. They might be unemployed and homeless. Why? Because gays are vindictivo. So
yeah, that's boot. That's boot behavior.
That's a boot. Yeah, but ultimately, don't do that shit at Pride.
Mm-mm.
Like, don't take pictures of people without their consent.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. There's they're fine or whatever. No, because you don't know what they got going on.
Mm-mm. No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Not fair. Not nice. What should you do at Pride?
I have a real practical word of advice at Pride. Don't put your wallet in your back pocket.
Don't do that anywhere in public. What's wrong with you?
I know. But people tend to do that. And just men in general or masculine presenting people tend to do that.
Mm-hmm. Or your phone.
Or your phone. Because I am good for, just... It's nothing. It's whatever. No, don't put it in your phone because I don't, just as much as I brought up, don't tear the community down. I will also be honest about my community. We steal. So, just
call it what it is. Craft.
Yeah, it's we steal. That's why Felonious Monk, he has a special coming out this month on Comedy.
Yes.
And
we should
in
have
the
him
clip,
on.
he was talking. Yeah, he was. I don't know what time, but he was talking about black on black crime, or like how he was like, why are they advertising that black people or people of color are like the worst, like are murderous victims or whatever? He was like, why are you advertising that on Fox News? He was like, we don't hurt y'all. He was like, y'all need to report on white murderers because those are the people who are murdering you.
Yeah, focus on your community.
That is true. Yeah, focus on your community. That's what needs to...
Every community has whatever crime. Every single one of them.
Gays know we scam.
You know why they present that? Because they love to make us look like monsters. But also, he ain't lying. Like,
no, he not.
Show your own shit. What is Tommy doing over there? Because there are a lot of threats happening up in school. Hello. And they be in very specific neighborhoods. All I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Focus on your own. Worry about what's going on in your own house.
Right. Another practical thing to do for Pride is to pre-roll your weed.
Oh yeah, that's for me.
Pre-roll your weed, and also if you have enough, roll enough so that if you are trying to share, that you can have your own blunts. Because sharing blunts, I understand we're sucking dick and shit at Pride, sure, whatever, but
there's a difference.
You shouldn't share. Like, it's different. I don't know, blunts are really intimate and personal, and I just, it's a lot of,
Yeah, it's like how I used to never mind.
Yeah, because you could use protection while you're giving fellatio, essentially. If you
or whatever.
Most people aren't, but whatever. But a blunt, you're not putting a condom on a blunt.
No, you're not. It's just our spit on each other. And I'm not kissing you stranger niggas like that. So
no. I did one thing. I did a faux pas at Pride once.
What'd you do?
So me and Christine Fox.
Mm-hmm. What's up, Christine?
Yeah, my homegirl. We had went to Pride one year, and whatever reason, she made a funny joke that I could not say on the air.
Okay.
Yeah. But I agreed with it because I was like, girl, you can't be doing that. But yes, I'll tell you, I'll bleep it out. Bleep it out. But yes, you. Oh, so we went to Pride. Reset the thing. Start from here. So one time at Pride, me and my homegirl Christine, we were out in front of the Abbey, and this guy came up. But all on Robertson and stuff, it's closed off. It's just sissies, punks, and all of us just gallivanting around. This is the same day I got high with Christina Milian and Karrueche.
With the popcorn.
With the popcorn.
Okay.
And he was like, this guy came, this tall white guy. He was just like, hey, you want some? And all of a sudden he sticks like a straw like in my mouth from his backpack.
Oh, hell no.
Right. And later on I realized it's those camping backpacks that have the thing on the bottle on the inside so you can sip water and drink whatever is on the inside. It remains cool. I didn't know that at the time, but I was kind of fucked up. So nothing happened, thank God, because I have a praying grandmother, hallelujah. Ooh. And nothing happened to me. But I was like, you know what, girl? You was living fast and loose.
Yeah, so you were drinking out of stranger niggas' straws, backpacks. That is terrible. I have one following your other one. You said bring enough if you plan on sharing. How about everybody just bring their own weed?
Yeah, okay. See, I was going to say that. However, some of our friends may or may not be able to enjoy. Because you always want your friends to come. Pride is not something you go to by yourself.
That's
and if
different.
you do,
it's like going out to eat, right? Certain people you're going to go out to eat with, I'm going to have to pay for their food. I want to go to this caliber of place, so I'm going to have to take care of their bill. Like, you resolve that, right? Because you want to do it.
Yeah.
There's certain friends you want to kick it with. You know that they're not getting ready to travel around the city with an ounce of weed. But for the most part, at this juncture in our lives, I'm not talking to you if you're 20 and you only buy dime bags still. Like, we just not the same. For niggas who are my age, still sell dime bags? I imagine for young poor people, I don't know what they do. I don't know.
This morning we were talking about meth randomly. Morning conversations are a lot in the DeLo household.
Mm-hmm.
Because we were like talking about like how just like one day like you had like you an active user or whatever, and then all of a sudden just somebody was like, yo, I got this new shit called meth. And it's like, what the fuck?
That's what happened.
You know what I mean?
That's what happened.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
it was like,
how
niggas,
do you introduce a new drug?
Fucked up.
Yeah, because I was telling him about when I was doing counseling and how they used to drug shame each other, like the heroin users and like the alcohol abusers. They would have one hard line and they would be like, I don't fuck with crack, and I'd be like, okay.
Not heroin saying they don't fuck with crack.
What I do is I take that money for certain banks and I set that aside.
I don't want to hear about the banks. I thought you was finna give me some money. We're going to go and I was going to suck your damn dick.
Okay, so anyway, I take the money.
So anyway, you're going to take the money, you're going to put it in my pocket, I'm going to suck your damn dick and lick your balls or whatever, and that's going to be it. That's all it's going to be about, okay?
I mean, because think about it. Heroin now at the time where they were at in their recovery, they were in like seeking treatment. So they were going to get, like getting their dose, which yes, it does give them a little high, but it's still controlled.
Okay.
And alcohol, when they get the money, they go get a bottle or whatever. But they all had a hard line. They said, I don't do crack.
Oh, everybody was Whitney Houston. I don't smoke
everybody.
Crack.
And it was weird because there was active crack users in the building, and they would all be like,
yeah, girl, but you over there leaning for Jesus. Like,
yeah, they did not like the crack. They didn't like the crack users or the K2. Everybody hated the K2 users.
Oh, and you know what? I rally in that parade. Like, I too hate the K2. Yeah. First of all, grow up. Like, you're using this weird fucking synthetic 10. Crack is also a 10-minute high. Actually, I can't say that. Actually, I can't speak for either one. Let me just.
What are you trying to say? Did you do
Right,
crack, Jay?
Never.
Crack? Did you do crack?
First
Jay?
of all, let me explain something to you. Crack stinks, okay? And I'm not interested.
Oh my God! It smells like burnt weed.
It smells
so
like you
horrible.
lit some Barbie dolls on fire.
Oh my
yes,
gosh.
ma'am.
It is.
Where were we at? What were we talking about? I'm so tired.
I don't know. But we can end today's episode here.
It's been a long week. I know it said I didn't do nothing, but I did everything. I did everything. Everybody send some love to Tristan. His aunt passed.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, his aunt passed. So make sure you send him some extra love. And yeah, it's been a long week. It's been a long week. Yeah.
Okay. Well, oh no.
Yeah.
Well, happy Pride, everyone.
Yes.
And we'll do more gay shit throughout the month, more lives and stuff. And we'll catch you on the flip side, meaning Patreon.
Yeah.
So until next time,
week,
bye,
where
y'all.
we have more energy. Bye.
Yes, we're moving on.